Hello, beautiful Leo. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Leo, this is your monthly read for April of 2024. And before we get in there, I have a little bit of a cold and you will hear it throughout the reading. So I do apologize in advance if it messes the words up a little bit every once in a while. First, I just want to thank you so much, or I can't speak. First, I just want to thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, and your donations. Like the subscriptions has really gone up there, so I do thank you so much for that. And I do see your donations here and there, and I just thank you so much. Also, I just want to say, I started out as an Easter offer on another platform that I have. And I extended it to this place, and I even extended their offer until like the entire April. So if you find this reading in May or any time later of 2024, it's not going to be valid anymore. But for the month of April, I have a 25% discount on my personal readings. So if you're interested in one, read about it in the description. You won't find anything about the description, the discount there. Because it's not going to be forever. So I'm just letting you know now, so you only catch it if you actually watch this video. So 25% off a personal reading. Please send me a message if you're interested. Let's get into your message, Leo. There's going to be a big change in this month. The 8th of April, we have a solar eclipse that probably is going to just, be a catalyst for a lot of things. And I'm going to do a separate video on that specifically because I feel like there's so much being said around it. I'm just going to really feel into it and see what I can find and give that to you. Leo, we're going to start with an overall energy here and then go deeper and deeper. We're going to have the fairies come in at the end and see if they want to give some extra advice. Okay, Leo, for the month of April. Leo for the month of April. I'm actually recording this really late. I don't usually do that. Just really wanted to have these messages out. This is almost a little bit chilly here in Sweden. I have my beanie on and a little bit cozy. Okay. This took some time. Leo. What is up for Leo, please? I feel movement, so probably next round we're going to have a card. There you go. Wow. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. I don't know when I had this card come out last time. I haven't seen this as like forever. Self-reliance. Really shining. I see like a lot of constellation up in the stars there. So maybe you feel like a strong pull towards home, to where you like actually come from originally, that is. There's an extension there. Like there's an ancestral feeling here with those flowers and yeah, just vastly where your home is. It's a sure thing. I just want to say, like, it's a sure thing. You look very confident, Leo, and very like in your element and like just finding your place. This month just might be really like powerful and anchored in. It's almost like you're stuck on purpose, like in Mother Earth. Star constellation, home. That's really beautiful. Okay, let's start here. Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Going deeper here, what do we have? Passion ignited. Passion ignited. Number 1, brand new beginning, new energy. Something's being lit on fire. Leo's being lit on fire. Passion ignited. And what else, please, for Leo for the month of April? Solitude and awareness. Wow. Excuse me. Next card is Solitude, number 9. The Tower in the back. And number 1, again, awareness. There's the connection with the universe again. And I'm actually going to get a couple more cards like while I'm at it. That's not what I mean though. And interesting, I'm getting different decks here. It's like I've done all up until Cancer, and then Leo feels like it's a completely different vibe. Can we clarify this? What else do we want to tell Leo? Listen, the intuition card, number 2. That's balance there as well. What else for Leo? For the month of April. Simply love, number 6. Simply love and open up. I just feel wow. I feel wow. Okay, let's get into these cards. Self-reliance, don't be afraid to fly solo. There's a real connection like to your star system, galactic family, simultaneously really anchored into Mother Earth. So like there's no, we understand like we need both connections, right? So the more you anchor into Mother Earth, the more connected you'll feel galactically or multi-dimensionally. Passion ignited together with solitude and awareness. And I just feel this passion ignited, this can be so much like just zest for life, or like the feeling of like it, just because I have like such a powerful feeling from this card is like feeling it's a sure thing, feeling confident, feeling like you're at the right place. Self-reliance and don't be afraid to fly solo doesn't necessarily mean you're going it alone. I just feel like there's a trust in yourself, there's a trust in one's ability or in one's movement forward. And this passion ignited, that can obviously be about a career situation, about launching some new business, getting into a hobby you've been wanting to get into for a long time, like having a side hustle or starting something new. It doesn't have to be a side hustle either. You're launching something new. But it's also like a feeling of, okay, Leo is back on the map. Like, and I know, Leo, we've had a couple of readings here for quite some time where it's felt like, excuse me, it's been a little bit of a struggle. And now it's like that struggle, like come April, it's like that struggle is over. Do I even dare to say it's over? Like, this is when you take your power back. This is when you feel that ignition. If you listen to this and you don't feel it yet, just sort of wait for it, because it's going to happen. And it might not blow your mind, but it's like, or it could. I just mean, if you don't feel that blowing of your mind, don't be alarmed or don't feel like, oh, it's not happening to me. Instead, it might just be little mini fires, like little aha moments here and there that just adds things up. It's just a constant growth and constant openings. And this can then obviously take like a projection into an actual thing, launching something, investing in something, moving forward with something. And this something might even be you. You're moving forward. We have the solitude card. So I just feel like this is not where you're going into. This is what you're coming out of. And at the same time, it's so interesting because it's like an energy of, we have a 9 there. So we have 1, 1, and we have a 9 in the middle. So it's 1, 9, 1. It's like beginnings, endings, beginnings, endings. It's like you're coming out of the old, stepping into the new, coming out of the old, stepping into to the new. So April probably is like a leaving something, going into something new, leaving something, going into something new. And it's like a little bit of a back and forth, but it doesn't feel like it's oh my goodness, you need to make up your mind, or like stop going so much back and forth. This is just like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and just confidently just moving. yeah, we need to feel it a little bit like where we come from, and then you take a steady move like forward, and then you feel it where you're at, and then a steady move forward. It's like it's just a reassurance thing, it feels like, rather than like, where are you? Can you please make up your mind? And this solitude card, like this is you coming out of the hermit mode. And I mean, this card is a tough one. This is one where you've been sitting in lava and you're even fine with it. Like you're fine with sitting in lava. And this is when the tower moment has moved in. It's not just one thing that has happened. This is like a constant. It's just been probably quite heavy for some time. But then we have that star, the wish upon the star in the back there. And you now have the possibility, and maybe even because of the ability to sit in lava and because of the moving in of the tower, you have now the ability to write your new own story. It's like you, a moment ago or a couple of years ago, you didn't have access to these thoughts, to these stories, to this part of your life, to this part of your version of yourself, had it not been for this journey. And now it's like you're coming out of this hermit place. There's an ending here, and you're starting to write a new story. The old story is like done. We're closing that chapter and writing a new one. And here's the awareness card. This is when you're like attuned to the universe, attuned to your dreams. You're in alignment with what you want. And I saw that star constellation there, or many star constellations, in the first card. And this is like making that connection. You might even, in April, you might even be feeling inspired to just sit down in meditation and on purpose just really connect with your ancestral lineage or your roots in your star constellation, like galactic constellation, wherever you come from, wherever you feel drawn to. But other than that, like a little bit more 3D, it's like you're in alignment with certain dreams. This might be like manifesting things, like literally. If you've been wanting a relationship for quite some time, there it is. If you've been I can talk. If you've been wanting a car for a certain time, there's the car. If you've been wanting like just a higher salary or just an increase in your health, whatever it is, whatever you now come to mind, like, yeah, I've been asking for the betterment of this, or for the manifestation of the manifestation of this, then there it is. It's like a very on purpose bringing it into light. Creative, passionate, on purpose, on point. And I don't know, I keep hearing a sure thing. If there's someone like looking for an answer, if you've been like literally asking your angels or praying to God or whatever, wanting to have like reassurance or looking for some guidance or whatever, it's like, here's the answer, like that. It's a sure thing. You can rest assured it's gonna work, like something like that. And then we have listen, simply love, and open up. And it's like if I could say anything about this reading this time, it's more like a feeling than words. It's more of a feeling your way through than working your way through or acting your way through or behaving your way through. It's like a feeling. It's a feeling your way through. I think, Leo, you're really paying attention. I mean, you are so aligned both to Mother Earth and to the star systems. It's like you're smack in the middle. It's almost like you're the bridge between the two, and it's like you really are paying attention to what's going on around you in your immediate surroundings and like in the ethers and in the this is pay attention to your intuition. Listen to what's going on around you. Yeah, I am being brought to my oldest son. And for you guys who haven't heard the I'm done video, might not at all, or if you're new here, have no idea what's going on. So my oldest son just recently, just a couple of weeks back, had a surgery for his hearing loss to start to hear in a mechanical way, in implanting this cochlear implant. And he's now in a mechanical way learning how to hear. So his brain is looking now for waves of sound, and he's not gonna train himself to hear. He's gonna understand hearing. So he's gonna understand with his brain hearing. So I'm drawn to that story because I feel like there's something that you're doing right now, Leo. You're opening up. I see these waves here, like I see these, and like about to listen, like it's like you're opening up in a new way. You're learning to listen in a new way, or there's like literally a new way to listen, to get the information. If you have only sort of sensed things before, it might be that you actually hear answers right now. If you only have heard before, it might be that you start to see things. If you have only seen things before, you might just literally get downloads as a knowing, like information it's just there. It's an addition, it's an opening, it's it's a new way of receiving information, and you're like, you can really pay attention to this and it will sort of accelerate. Like it will go so much faster if you just really pay attention. This is what I'm feeling like. There's like a way of like listening, feeling your way through. Like you might have like a normal dinner with people, but it's like you hear so many more things right now than you usually do. And maybe you're the only one at the table that actually picks this up. It might just be you. That might be why it's like, okay, so this is the self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Just because you're the only one who catches these new signals, these new ways about things. It's very cryptic. It doesn't matter, because you'll be the, like, you'll send this out into the ethers and other people will pick it up sooner or later, but you will be the initiator of it. Like you will be the first to like, you receive these things and actually start to like, what is that? Like my son, he's like, even knowing what they're doing, like they're sending signals to his brain. And so he knows what they're doing. They're sending signals to his brain, and he's like, and they're like, what do you feel? It's like, well, it's like a pressure. It feels like it's a pressure in the brain. And they play the lighter tones and then the heavier tones. And if it was a lighter tone, it's like it's just a lighter, feels like lighter in the pressure. And then when it was like more the bass tones and stuff, it's like it's a little bit heavier in the pressure. It's like, good. That's exactly what we want. But it was still just a pressure. And the brain is going on like high alert, like, what is this? Like, what are you doing right now? What is it that we're trying to do here? And they're like, and eventually you will hear this. Like it starts as a pressure, and then it moves into tones, and then it moves into words that puts together sentences. And it's like, it's a steady, and this is something that is going to take him between 1 and 3 years, is what they're saying. That's the normal, like 1 to 3 years. I think it's going to go faster for him because he's so quick and so ready for this. But that's also just like, I just want to bring that up because it's something to say about that. Just because you're starting to pick up things, or you on purpose, like I said, you're sitting down to open things up on purpose right now, Leo. That just because you don't feel it on the first day, think of it as this is a process, just as any other muscle that you're training. What if it takes you from 1 to 3 years to like develop this whole new language or whole new way of understanding, so that if you're trying to do certain things on purpose and you don't feel it after 2 weeks, so what? 2 weeks is just baby steps. 2 weeks is nothing. So that you don't give up. Just continue on this path and just continue to listen and pay attention. We have simply love. With listen, simply love, and open up. I just feel it's just such an ancestral feeling. It's like you're ready to take on, it's like you're the child here. You're ready to take on the information. You're ready to even if this is very 3D, it's like you're ready to take over the business. You're ready to take over the, like, more responsibility in the family. You're ready to take on like take a bigger step into the world, like a bigger position. The boss is giving you more like stuff to do at work. It can be like very 3D like that as well, but like on a deeper ethereal, like very, because I feel like it's so materialistic in a way, but it's like also at the same time so subtle that it's like, okay, I'm ready to take on the information. I'm ready for the information now. You can bring it down to me. And then we have open up. And I just realized I said open up a couple of times around the listen. Like this is about you opening up to something new. This is a little bit like coming out of the hermit mode as well. Like coming out of that lava place and sort of being ready to step out into the limelight a little bit more and not feel so like locked up. Again, it doesn't mean that you have been locked up or that it means that you haven't like met people or been out and about or gone to work or things like that. It just feels like you maybe have done so a little bit in your shell. And everyone thinks that Leo is just always about being in center stage and being extroverted and, you know, but I know for a fact, being Leo myself, that's not the case. It's just not the case. And Leo can have their journey as well. You can have a dark night of the soul just like everyone else. And there's something about like time to come out of your shell, and you are. It's not even a decision or like I'm going to try to do it, you know, even though I feel fear. Nothing like that. It just feels like, yeah, it's time. Bring in the information. Bring in the bacon. Whoever eats that these days. And yeah, it's time. You're opening up, you're receiving more, you're listening more, you're developing new skills. However 3D level or like 5D level that is, only you know. Maybe both. Maybe just because it's one, it is also the other. Wow. Some final messages from your fairies. I am more and more guided towards the fairyland, nature, like nature's medicine and fairies. So I will incorporate that in my readings and see what happens. Okay, what do we have for Leo, please? Intuition again. And beauty. Wow. So this is going to be in Swedish, so I'm going to just translate wherever is Swedish out there. Positive expectations, positiva förväntningar. Positiva förväntningar. I feel this very much like this. This is very similar to me. This is like being connected to the universe, like just being, but simultaneously just being so brought down to earth, like really connected with Mother Earth right now. Positive expectations, like whatever's going on right now, to just keep a positive mind and just receive with open arms and keep those positive expectations. Look for the positive outcome. And beauty. This has come out now a couple of times. So I think that this is starting to be like a collective thing. But just because we have those cards, awareness, the universe card, this is like really a connection with the universe. And find that beauty, find that like sureness and the power and the strength within yourself, Leo. Like when you can be introverted, and yes, you can also have the dark night of the soul. But when you shine like no one else. And this is about finding that inner beauty and finding, like, do that extra thing for yourself, nurture yourself, pamper yourself to really find that power. Even like look yourself in the mirror if it doesn't feel too much or too fake, like to just see the beauty that is you. and what that does with the world. When you radiate from like the center of who you truly are, like that, it just changes worlds. And then we had one more, which was listen. It's an intuition card again. Trust your intuition. Lita på din intuition. By the way, I said skönhet. Did I say that? Skönhet. Beauty. And this is lita på din intuition. Trust your intuition. With the moon. So we have the new moon and solar eclipse coming out on the 8th of April. It might be like really to sit down and set your intention for what you want moving forward. This is also dressed in white. Like very, I don't know, pure, powerful, all-knowing. It's a sure thing. I think, Leo, you're starting to trust yourself. You're starting to trust your power, and it looks good on you. Okay, that is what I have for you, beautiful Leo. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, guys.